Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. I am your host, Matt Brannon, and welcome to another edition of a Slow Burn Saturday Short. And today, very, very special Saturday Short. You guys, if you've been paying attention to the Facebook machine today, you can probably tell how excited I am for tonight, all right? Royal freaking Rumble. All right, and I've been saying it all week. I'm going to say it some more in this freaking show right here. This is the best Royal Rumble that we have ever seen, top to bottom. I heard an article, I read a thing earlier, and then I heard somebody saying it on a podcast that I listened to earlier today on Busted Open, second best podcast out there. I heard them talk about how like 6 months ago, some of these people that we're talking about maybe winning this thing tonight in the men's match, 6 months ago, we weren't even talking about them even being involved. You would have never thought Roman Reigns would be in this freaking Royal Rumble. Who would have thought John Cena was making a comeback? He hasn't been in a Royal Rumble for like 2,000 something days. Like Penta he was in AEW. Like, there's so many different possibilities, and honestly, I am so excited. You could probably tell. All right, you can probably tell. So huge night, huge night, and I am going to get through all of the slow burn predictions, my guesstimations of what's going to happen. But I have put some polls up on the Facebook machine, guys. So jump on the Facebook machine and vote for your guy. Give me a little bit of insight. I've had a few people jump on, but let's see if we can't get that to grow a little bit more. All right. Speaking of which, don't ever hesitate. Shoot me a message. Shoot me an email. TheSlowBurnWrestlingPod@yahoo.com. We're also on all of the social media sites that exist. Plus, check out our YouTube channel. Right. But today we are talking about my favorite day of the wrestling calendar. Guys, I love WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the icon, right? We all know that. But I love the Royal Rumble, all right? And here we are, and we are set for it. So we're going to get to that. I am going to recap SmackDown briefly. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on SmackDown today, but I am going to spend a little bit, and then we'll go from there. But before I get into any wrestling, one thing I want to say, guys, and I want to be very, very open about this, very clear. It is February 1st, 2025, and I want to say happy Black History Month. Guys, when we think about African Americans in the world of wrestling, I mean, some of the greatest of all time. I mean, who won't ever forget about Ernie Ladd? Thunderbolt Patterson was just inducted last year. The Junkyard Dog. Bad News Brown, guys. Today, Swerve Strickland, Bobby Lashley, Ricochet. I mean, it just goes on and on. And to think, it wasn't that long ago where, especially back in the territory days, I mean, even as recent as the 80s and 90s, black wrestlers really had a hard time getting involved, especially in the Southern territories. And there's so many stories about the stuff that went on the road and things. So I think we'd be fool on a professional wrestling podcast if we don't mention Black History Month. So, as a history teacher too, it's something that we hold dear. And guys, this is not political. This is about freaking wrestling. So if you think it's political, turn it off. I don't really give a fuck. All right. This show's about wrestling. So with that said, let's talk about SmackDown. I don't want to talk about any negativity. There's so much freaking negativity in this world. How could we be negative when it's the night of the fucking Royal Rumble? Come on. So, SmackDown. SmackDown was freaking good, man. I told you guys yesterday when I did my pre-show and I did my preview for SmackDown that I thought this show was going to be really good. I like a go-home show, especially on a big night when you know you got the Rumble the next week and there's going to be so many people involved. Like, that go home show where there's still a lot that kind of you don't know what's going to happen, i.e. Jacob Fatu, right? So like, since we had that era of mystery of what was going to happen, I thought that the show actually works out perfect. And again, I don't want to spend a ton of time on the show. It started excellent. I have been waiting I have been waiting for a KO CM Punk stick battle, right? I wanted to see them on the mic. And what we got yesterday was just a taste of two of the best freaking promo guys in the history of this game, right? And I've always said that there are very few people that can go mic for mic with CM Punk. Kevin Owens is one of them. All right. Kevin Owens is one of them. And to be honest with you, you guys know I'm a CM Punk guy from the very beginning, but Chick Magnet Phil Brooks, baby. But at the same time, like, I'm not a freaking fool in the fact that I know how damn good KO is. So it was nice to see that. I thought it was really good to get a start of it. I have on my notes here, give us more. Give us more. But here's the kicker on that. We're going to see more CM Punk. Actually, they set this damn thing up freaking months upon months. Remember when CM Punk first got back? It might have even been his first Raw after he appeared last year was a Survivor Series, right? When he appeared there, after his first appearance, when he was at that Raw, I remember a specific thing where he's walking backstage and he walks past Kevin Owens, and KO just kind of glares at him, and then it's just that small little interaction. It was just like, this is going to happen eventually. There'll probably be like three of you that might remember this. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, man, storytelling, long-term, slow burn storytelling. So I love that. We're going to get some more. The other stuff I really wanted to talk about, Pat McAfee in Indianapolis, there's nothing better than that. He is the hometown king. But I do want to say that last night, watching Pat run out and as excited as he was, seeing him drop his mic, like, that's awesome. And it just shows you that, hey, man, they might be regular people that fuck up just like you and me. So there you go. But do we get a Pat McAfee entry into the Royal Rumble tonight? I don't know, but decent job last night. Open things up. Jimmy Uso, Big Jim versus Carmelo Hayes. Yesterday I said Carmelo Anthony. This match was so good. All right. And it actually didn't grade out as well on some of the stupid dirt sheets as I thought it should have. But what I saw out of this match more than anything, first off, Carmelo's a fantastic worker. He makes people look really good. But guys, Big Jim looked great. It's coming. I kind of look back at the fact that if we remember last year around this time where Jay Uso, and how now he's climbed into this huge single stardom that he's doing. Guys, Big Jim's coming. Like I said, it's coming. And we're going to see so much growth out of this guy. The short promo, that short and sweet promo he did before the match, I mean, that's what it was. His facial expressions, so good. But there's two things that happened in that match that I want to call attention to. Number one, and I've mentioned this before, that pop-up Samoan drop that he does is as good as I've ever seen. I don't know what it is. It's the timing factor of it. Maybe it's the fact that his size a little smaller than some of the guys we've seen do that pop-up Samoan drop in the past. You know, your Umagas, your Rikishis. But at the same time, like, his is better. That might be the best pop-up Samoan drop I've ever seen. But he's been doing that one. Last night he added something to his repertoire that I had never noticed before. And maybe it's just me. And if it was, guys, call me out on it, please. But he did a superplex. All right. And I know what you're thinking. Everybody does a superplex. Back in the friggin' mid 80s, if you did a superplex, it was game over, right? No one did a superplex, and it was like this huge special move. Superplex, kind of like the super kick, it's gotten a little outdated, and it gets used a little bit too much. And there is a such thing as overuse in professional wrestling. We all know that, all right? But I want to say this. Jimmy's freaking superplex, the way he did that, where he didn't have the arm wrapped, he didn't wrap his arm completely around and finish the move until he was in midair. Like, he had him, and then as they were falling midair, then the arm gets wrapped and the move gets finished. I've seen that done before, but I never have seen Jimmy do it. I know I've not seen Jay do that, but like the way he did that with the timing, and again, guys, you may not have caught it. If you go back and look at how he did that superplex, it was absolutely amazing. And it's the small things like that, I think, that's going to make Jimmy continue to grow in this singles stardom that he's headed towards. So awesome job. We had a couple other good moments in that match. The ending was fantastic. Big Jim showing you, hey, I'll pull the tights a little bit. I'll pull the tights a little bit. And he did. But to me, the ending with the smirk, the smile. I put that picture on the Facebook page this morning. But that smirk with how he said, "Yeah, I got you, dog. I got you," and you knew it. And I don't know. That to me, that's storytelling 101. And there are very few people that do it as good as Jimmy Uso. Fuck, who does it as good as Samoans in general? So there you go. We had our women's tag match. I made it very clear last night that if Chelsea drops the belt, I riot. Well, I'm not in jail. I'm not in jail. I'm still here. We're doing the slow burn. So no rioting last night. She didn't win. All right. Disqualification. However, she retains the belt. I think this can build a little bit more. But I'm almost done with it. I'm sure we're going to see another tag match now with Piper and Chelsea versus B-Fab and Meechin. Guys, Meechin's such a good worker. She really is, but I'm going to stand by my statement. Chelsea keeps that damn belt, and she has to keep that belt. And to be honest with you, I think we're going to see a nice little run tonight out of Chelsea in the Rumble. Don't forget last year's Royal Rumble, guys. Chelsea Green stole the show. All right. I know she didn't win it, but last year's Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble, Chelsea Green stole the show. Period. So it was awesome to see Chelsea again last night retain. She hadn't won. She hadn't retained through disqualification. So, I mean, as a chicken shit heel, that's going to happen. So, I mean, I'm good with it. I really like, though, how it wasn't just a lame disqualification. I like how the disqualification comes from using Meechin's kendo stick, right? That's what it was. So, not bad, not bad. What else do we have? I need to move forward here. We had a good tag match. It was awesome. Guys, Los Garza. Damn, those dudes are good. Those dudes are damn good. And there was some team up moments with Los Garza and Motor City Machine Guns, especially the triple tope, the suicide dive that they did. Like that was electric. But what happened. I said it would end up being 3 teams versus 1 with Motor City Machine Guns. It wasn't. It ended up being 2-on-1 because Garza ended up bailing on him. But that match was good. What else? We had 2 other decent matches early on. Naomi went over Liv. I like that. Leading into the Royal Rumble. What they're setting up there, I think, more is Liv and Raquel Rodriguez versus Naomi and Bianca. Real question is does that stay firm as a team after tonight? I don't know. Miz and Andrade, guys, everybody knows that the Miz is maybe one of the greatest workers of all time. Andrade, same way. That's a good match. I thought the crowd sucked for it, though. I really did. That was my biggest negative of the show last night is that particular match. That one match was fantastic. I mean, I was sitting on my couch like, ooh, and really getting into it. And even my wife was like, damn, these guys are going. And it was a lot of good transition wrestling, too, which is fun to watch. Sometimes a good change of pace in the WWE. But I thought it was really good. And it just, the crowd were sitting on their hands. But anyway, not bad. Andrade goes over. I think that could be really good to kind of continue. But the biggest thing of that is, guys, go home shows, you have to have filler. And that was perfect filler. The same way with Naomi over Liv. The Naomi Liv match and the Andrade Miz match, yeah, it might have set something up, but in reality, it was filler, and it was good filler. There's nothing wrong with filler. It's a damn wrestling show. There are mid-card matches, people. What else? Let's see. I know we're running out of time, but if you don't mention R-Truth, come on. R-Truth is saying he talked to Adam Pearce, who now grew hair and has a British accent. Nick, by the way, if you didn't see, I posted it on the Facebook page. R-Truth's congratulatory post to Triple H making the Hall of Fame. I'm not going to get into the Hall of Fame today. We're going to get into that next week. But his post was, congratulations, my good friend Triple H, and it was the picture of Tommaso Ciampa. So sticking with that gag, I freaking love it. So, but last night, R-Truth saying that he talked to Adam Pearce, and it's Nick Aldis. By the way, Adam Pearce, if you don't follow Adam Pearce on social media, you really should. He's like the most positive freaking guy in the world. And every single day, my favorite post of Adam Pearce every day is love somebody today. All right, so pretty cool. Got the little AP. It's on Pro Wrestling Tees, ProWrestlingTees.com. All right, it won't be under Adam Pearce. It's under Adam Pearce's college fund, if you want to know. Help my boy out, right? And by the way, Adam Pearce is awesome on social media with actually communicating and stuff with fans. He'll reach back out to you pretty quick, too. Awesome guy. The other thing that we closed the stuff out with, guys, was Unreal, and it's Jacob Fatu. Fatu. I'm shit. If he wins a damn Rumble tonight, I'm fine, right? The way he's talking, his delivery on his promo, I said on a Facebook post, I'm going to start talking like that. Hell, I think Jacob Fatu is here to run this game. Hell. Like, to me, that works, right? But Jacob freaking Fatu is, this guy is so far ahead of his game. There's nothing he can't do in the ring. There's nothing he can't do on the mic. His facials are spot on. I mean, the guy is electric. I think tonight he's probably going to throw, let's see, there's 30 men in the Royal Rumble. So I figure Jacob Fatu will throw at least 54 men over the top rope tonight. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. He's going to throw people over that will count for next year's Royal Rumble. That's what I'm seeing. He's not going to win it, guys, but if he did, my God, talk about a friggin' swerve and a half, right? But that match was awesome. I love the fact that they gave Damian some time to look strong. Damian Priest. We had Damian and LA Knight versus Jacob and Tama. By the way, Tama's getting over. You hear the crowd? Yeah. The crowd is into it. They even were chanting it when he was backstage on the mic. So, yeah, you're not going to keep these guys heel. You just can't. They're over. They're over. And honestly, Jacob Fatu is about ready to be over like a rover. There's going to be more. He's going to be in like Cody and friggin' Jay territory pretty soon. So what I put on my note, more. Give me more Jacob Fatu. Period. You know, that's all I need. So SmackDown was not bad. I graded it a B+. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was a perfect go-home show. And, you know, we talk about filler. Honestly, the show was filler. And that's okay. That's okay. By count, I'm not sure if I'm right. You can message me and let me know. By count, I think I counted 20 entrants that I know have declared for the men. And it seemed like there was like 16 or 17 that have declared for the women so far. So there is some room for some surprises. There's some room for some really fun stuff. Uncle Bully yesterday on Busted Open says he knows what's going to happen, and for everybody to just sit back, buckle in, because it is going to be huge and fun. And if Uncle Bully says it, I'm in. So let's see. What else do we have? Is there something else going on tonight? I seem to think that there maybe is, right? I'm an equal opportunity person, right? We got to talk about AEW Collision. I'll watch it tonight after the Rumble. All right, it'll probably be about midnight. I'll watch it. I don't care. I love wrestling. Of course, I'm going to watch it. So I am going to give you the card, okay? Let's see. We got Roosh is going to take on Max Caster. Got a tag match between Samoa Joe and Hook versus the Patriarchy, Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian. We have a three-way match for the International Championship, or TBS Championship, rather. TBS champion Daniel Garcia defending against Kyle O'Reilly and Lee Moriarty. That kind of odd. I get the O'Reilly part. The Moriarty part I don't really understand. Beast Mordos is going to be in action. Megan Bain is going to be in action. If you haven't seen her yet, you need to. She's a Japanese import, and she is awesome. We'll have her in action. We're going to hear from my lady, Timeless Tony Storm. I'm sure she's going to put on an absolute show. And your actual main event, and this is the one reason I wanted to talk about this, main event tonight, Mid-South Street Fight between the Death Riders, John Moxley and Wheeler Yuta, versus FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. So, Mid-South Street Fight. I actually saw Jake Snake Roberts posted today about a Mid-South Street Fight, and all I could think was, man, you've been in a couple of those. He was a Mid-South guy back in the 80s, right? So, that's it. That's our card. It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be bad. Now, like I said, there just so happens to be another wrestling event going on tonight, Collision, and for that, I'm not even sorry. We're talking about the Rumble, guys, and I want to go into a little bit of detail. I put those polls up today, but I'm sure if you've noticed, I have not voted on the polls yet because I wanted to wait and get this information out. All right. Let's just start. Let's just get going here, okay? I'm going to do this. I don't know if this will be the order of the card tonight. I don't know how the card's going to really turn out. I assume they'll probably open up with the Women's Rumble. Then maybe they'll throw in those other two. There's only 4 things on the card tonight, so keep that in mind. But let's talk about the tag match. Tag team champions, DIY. We got Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa taking on Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin of the Motor City Machine Guns. By the way, Motor City Machine Guns' entrance was a little different yesterday with the pyro, and it was better. It was better. I've had a little bit of an issue with some of their entrances, but it seems like they've kind of tweaked it week after week, but they fixed it last night. Last night was good. But 2 out of 3 falls match. you guys know I'm a sucker for a good tag match, and this is going to have a lot in it. DIY, a lot of hard hitting stuff where you have Motor City Machine Guns, a lot of tandem stuff. It's going to be really good. It could be very fast, which could be fun, but having a 2 out of 3 falls match and a tag match allows for a lot of excitement. It really does, because you can have kind of the pitfalls of the negativity, the hot tag, and then the neutrality of everybody beating the piss out of each other. And then next thing you know, you're flipping the script over and over and over again. 2 out of 3 falls matches are fun regardless, but a tag match to me is the best version of a multiple fall match for me. But again, we're going to do our predictions. It's BLE, right? So 2 out of 3 falls match. I got DIY going over tonight, guys. I am a bigger fan of the Motor City Machine Guns, although I will say the heel work that Gargano's doing is not bad. And I'm not super familiar with a lot of his heel work from the past, but all honesty, they're not doing a bad job. I don't see them holding those belts too much longer, but I do see them going over tonight over Motor City Machine Guns. I think it'll be clean. However, though, you do know we got that intrigue with Pretty Deadly going on. Of course, Los Garza. We haven't seen Street Profits in a while, so there's some stuff that could happen in the middle of that, but I don't see. I think we're gonna get a clean 2 out of 3 falls. It will go 3 falls. All right, it will go 3 falls. So that brings us to what I think is going to end up being one of the best ladder matches in the history of this game. Cody Rhodes defending his championship versus Kevin Owens, KO. A ladder match amongst ladder matches. Guys, I've said this to people before. I look at KO a lot like I used to look at Mick Foley. Not because of the size and things like that. That's not right. I look at him because of what he does to make me happy. Right? This guy puts his body on the line, and he is willing to do anything. I've heard a lot of stories like people when they start planning matches, like big, like PLE matches with KO, and he comes up with these ideas to basically put himself through hell to be able to complete the stories that he's putting together and to entertain the hell out of fans. I think we're going to get that in this match. I really do. I think we're going to get that. I put on here, my note to this match is going to be so damn good in caps. But I see Cody going over here. All right. I really do. I will say if this would have happened a month ago, I would be like Cody 95% going over. I'm like, I don't know, let's say 65% Cody, because with the fact that we still have Elimination Chamber coming up around the corner, which can give you a WrestleMania main event as well, like, to me, it's not 100% necessary for Cody to win tonight, but I think Cody does win tonight. And my reason being is because I think the possibility with storylines after, and one of the things I said this earlier to somebody on the phone as we were talking about Rumble, and I said I think Cody goes over. I do. I think he goes over. I think he goes over clean. Is my plan. I think he goes over clean. It's going to be a banger. I think it could be a long match too. I hope it's a long match. But then I see KO entering the Royal Rumble. Right? So that's where you could get a little bit of intrigue. And let's not forget, KO also has some side stuff going on with Sammy. And, last night he's dealing with Punk. So it would make sense if he does lose that he ends up taking one of those entrants into the Rumble. But we shall see on that one. But my prediction is Cody goes over. All right? Now, that brings us to the Rumble matches. Now, here's how I did the Rumble matches. I actually gave each match 5 categories. Okay, and this is our predictions. This is how we're gonna do this. And now on the Facebook page, on the Facebook machine, we just did a poll. Pick your winner. For me here, and guys, if you want to message me this stuff or post it, please do, But here's how I did it. I'm gonna predict our winner. I'm going to predict a dark horse, right? Somebody that I think could win, but out of the realm of possibilities, right? I'm going to pick a won't be surprised. This is basically, I'm not picking you to win, but if you win, I'm going to be like, I get it. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do the best special attraction. This is one that's going to be one of our surprises, our surprise show-ups, right? Who's going to be there that we don't normally see, okay? And then I'm going to do the Iron Man. Who's going to be in this match for the long haul? Who's going to be in it for the longest period of time? By the way, we're going to see a lot of those Royal Rumble numbers and the records and stuff on the pre-show, I'm sure. That's so interesting to me when they talk about who's been in it the longest period of time in their career. Rey Mysterio, right? Randy Orton could set that tonight too, though, if we get a Randy appearance. Hopefully. Come on back, baby. But let's go ahead and do this, right? We're running out of time. By the way, the Saturday short is not short today. I figured you guys knew that since it was Royal Rumble Saturday, but, it is what it is. Fast forward to the end if you want to just see my predictions, losers. So, all 5 of you losers. You're not losers. You're my best friends. So, women's match. Let's talk about the women's match. I'm going to go from the bottom to the top. My first listing is the Iron Man. All right. My Iron Woman, I should say. My Iron Woman pick for the women's match, I have Bianca Belair. All right. I think Bianca is going to put on a show. I think Bianca has a chance to really go long. But I see some story swerving that could happen here. So I won't be surprised if maybe we get a mix. However, my Iron Woman rather, will be Bianca Belair. My special attraction, who we don't see very often. Now, this is going to be wishful thinking on me, but I think we're going to see Trish Stratus. All right? I think we're going to be seeing Trish Stratus, and the reason I say that is because we ain't heard anything, right? I know there's been a few others that we've heard about. I'm not counting Jordynne Grace as a special either, by the way. We know she's going to be in it, so keep that in mind, TNA people. But I'm saying Trish Stratus. We might see a Bella. We keep hearing that, but we'll see. All right. My other one, won't be surprised if they win. I won't be surprised if they win the women's match is Becky Lynch. All right. I think Becky Lynch has a good chance. Regardless, we need Becky back. Wrestling is better with the Irish lass. That Irish lass kicker, right? My dark horse. I am super excited for this dark horse pick because I think she's outworking just about everybody in the business right now. My dark horse is Naomi. All right, I could really see Naomi pulling something through here, especially when you're dealing with that storyline with Bianca and Jade and who hurt Jade and what direction. So I'm going Naomi as my dark horse, and my winner, who I'm sure you know, bow down. All hail the queen. Right? Charlotte is going to win this thing. Charlotte is going to main event WrestleMania. Whether she takes on Rhea or Tiffy, I don't know. I know a lot of people are saying Tiffy. I don't know because I remember WrestleMania a few years back where Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley stole the damn show. Maybe the best women's match I've ever seen in my life. So let's get to the men. Iron Man for the men. For me, this one was easier. Oh, I just dropped my chair. For this one, the Iron Man for the men was easy. I know a lot of people say, Ray. No, it's going to be freaking Penta. Cero Miedo. All right. It is Penta without a doubt. And guys, by the way, the stuff he's been doing interview-wise this week in Indianapolis for the Rumble has been so good. He spent about 15 minutes yesterday with Busted Open. Go back and listen to that interview. It's awesome. Man, he's passionate. Our best special. All right. Who is going to show up for the men that doesn't ordinarily say it? Well, there's going to be a few, and I know there could be a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you mine. Say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. And that's who it's going to be. And my biggest moment, I need Joe Hendry and John Cena to just give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds, please. Okay? That's all I'm asking. So my special is Joe Hendry. Now, I won't be surprised. I took the freaking lame way out on the won't be surprised. I did a tie. I really couldn't. And I did Cena and Roman. I did Cena and Roman. I feel like I know what you're saying. You're taking the freaking easy road out and just picking everybody. No, I'm not. All right. I could see that happening. I honestly, just because, history shows and history means something. So we got to go there. So my dark horse, I think it's a lot of people's dark horse, and it's Jey Uso. Guys, I can't wait for Jay's entrance, by the way, too. I hope it's not fast. I hope that he's one of the earlier entrants. He might be number one. You never know. But I think it's going to be a really cool thing. And I think Jay, tonight could be Jay's day. Tonight could be the night that he does it. And my God, could main event Jey Uso, main event WrestleMania? Okay, please and thank you. And then, guys, my winner, you guys know who it is. It's CM Punk. CM Punk's winning this thing. I think it's going to be great. The final few people, final 5, final 4, is going to come down to some pretty awesome stuff. Punk, Jay, Cena, Roman. What if it's those 4, right? My God, what a night. What a night. So I'm going Punk over. I'm going Charlotte over. I'm going Cody retain. And the tag match is going to be good. We'll take DIY. So, guys, again, Check it out. Pre-show comes on in just a little bit, right? Not long for the pre-show. Show itself starts at 6 o'clock on Peacock. If you're I'm going to watch live, all right? I'm watching live, nothing recorded tonight. So feel free, message me, shoot me some stuff if you want. If I don't get back to you immediately, it's because I'm watching wrestling, stupid. So there you go. Guys, you can tell I'm excited. You can tell it's a huge night. Professional wrestling is hotter than it's ever been in my entire life. And it's showing that, all right. And the Royal Rumble is keeping with the routine of what we're dealing with. So, guys, enjoy the Rumble tonight. Always enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family, and let's go. CM Punk, CM Punk. Guys, remember, in this life, we're wrestling everything. So always try to stay on top. All right. This has been the Slow Burn. See you tomorrow.